Hello, I'm Sinead from Move AI by iCabbi, and I'm joined by Roddrelle. He only needs one name because he is known in the industry as the NEMT expert.
Yes. All right. Nice to meet you all.
It's great having you here today. You've been taking part in the Move AI NEMT Growth Roadshow as one of our speakers today. Your specific area is one that is so in demand. Everybody wants to talk about insurance.
Yeah.
Why?
Because a lot of times it's going to be your highest cost after payroll and things of that nature, and a lot of people just don't understand it. A lot of people don't do it, so it's very niche.
A lot of the folks that are coming out to the roadshow, they're new, they're trying to get into NEMT, they can see the demand, they want to access the market, but it really is an obstacle for new fleets entering the market having insurance.
For sure, and that's why they should call me. They should reach out to me, the NEMT expert. I can definitely help them with that.
Explain how it works. You can't get a contract with a broker unless you're insured. You can't be insured unless you've got work. How does it work?
Well, it can go both ways. I mean, you can't work without the insurance, but yes, a lot of times when it comes to working with the brokers, they want to see that you have the proper insurance in place. Every broker is going to have their own insurance requirements that you're going to have to meet, and that's where I come in, make sure you meet those requirements, send out a certificate of insurance so you can continue down the path of starting to do business with the brokers.
What different types of insurance do you need to be an NEMT provider? There's a few different things, isn't there?
It varies state by state, but you're always going to need, in my opinion, you're always going to need auto, you're always going to need general liability, and you should always have sexual abuse and molestation. Workers' comp can be hit or miss depending on the state.
Okay, what about different types of insurance as they apply to different parts of the trip? So is there different insurance needed for getting in and out of a vehicle versus driving a vehicle? How does that work?
Well, not getting in and out, but moving patients in and out. So if you're doing stretcher work or wheelchair transportation, not everybody does though, you want to make sure that one of your coverages, whether it's your auto or your GLPL, covers loading and unloading, which is taking the patient out, putting the patient in. That's going to be your loading and unloading coverages.
Okay, so your topic that you were speaking about today.
And sexual abuse and molestation. I got to say that again.
You say that
yes,
that's so important, is it?
That's very important.
We spoke earlier on to a fleet operator who said how important it has been for him to add video recording devices into the vehicle. Is that something that you recommend for insurance?
Always. Dual face cameras help because it tells the truth, right? Mm-hmm. If you get into an accident and someone's doesn't want to file a claim on their insurance and they say, hey, it's not my fault, it's your fault, etc. Well, now we have the footage there to clearly show what has happened.
Insurance is expensive, but of course, it's worth it because if you insure something, you're guaranteed you can stay in business if the wrong thing goes wrong.
Yes.
But how can you reduce the cost of your insurance without increasing your risk? What tips do you have? Give me 3 tips.
Proper policies and procedures, great driver training, no claims.
And what can you do how do you get no claims? Well, how does that work?
Well, the policies and procedures, and the great driver training, those 2 things will help you with no claims. And like I said, people are afraid of claims. I know we spoke about this earlier, because even if they don't do something, they don't want to tell the insurance carrier about it. We can report an incident. It won't go on your lost claim history as a claim or something that you were at fault for. So still tell us so we can get ahead of it before the other person tells them their side of the story, and then you're facing a lawsuit, or the insurance carrier is facing a lawsuit.
Should you shop around for your insurance every year?
No. Not if you have a good broker who you trust.
Okay.
If you feel like something is off, then yes, then you have to find the right person. But if you have a good broker that's working with you and giving you a great deal and is explaining things to you and making sure you're informed, then why mess up a good thing?
And when do you know when it's time for you to negotiate? Like at what point during your NEMT life cycle should you stop and say, do you know what, I've been in business for 3 years or 5 years, I've grown. At what point can you start negotiating? What are those triggers?
Always negotiate.
Always.
Sometimes. I always negotiate.
Never stop negotiating.
Yeah. And the carriers and the underwriters that I work with, they know I'm always negotiating. They'll stop and they'll say, Roddrelle, just stop. Stop. No. I always negotiate because yes, I have to appease the carriers, but my first and foremost priority is to please the client. Mm-hmm. And the transportation provider is my client. Worst case scenario, the underwriter says, yeah, he asked. I just said no, but
but
yes or no.
You can help transportation providers with this. You can
1000%.
be that person. So come here, tell me one last thing.
Okay.
How do people get in touch with you if they want your help in negotiating their insurance or advising on their insurance?
You can give us a call at 945-214-9411. or you can reach us at nemtexpert.com.
Okay, and that is for his professional services, because we did have a lady in the room just now who I think was looking for a date. And you gave her that number. So no dates, just professional services?
No dates. I'm married.
You're married. Okay, he's married.
Quite some time.
Safe hands, Roddrelle, the NEMT expert. It's been great having you here today.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Don't let me hang it. Don't let me hang
it.
it.
Sorry. Oh, no, sorry. I wasn't looking.
Make sure you keep that.